From the tank on the campus of the College of Staten Island, CSI Sportsnet welcomes you into NCAA Division II men's basketball coverage. In today's non-conference matchup, the College of Staten Island Dolphins host the Bloomfield College Bears. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Joe Foreman, joined by my broadcast partner, Nick Durst. And Nick, the Dolphins have 3 games left in their season. An opportunity for 20 wins is still there.
Yep.
And for a late season non-conference game, this is about as big as it gets. 2 teams that are a factor in the regional rankings, both on the outside looking in right now, but we have a very interesting matchup on deck today.
Yeah, Joe, this is a huge game as far as the timing of the season here. Very rare to get a late season non-conference game. 2 teams, 2 colossal teams matching up here, 17 wins apiece, 2 teams both ranked in the top 10 in the region. It's really going to be a really strong game here at the tank this afternoon.
Should be fun to watch. But for now, this is the McDonald's pregame show, and we will have more pregame coverage on the other side of this short break. National anthem coming up from the tank, so we'll step aside.
Dear wrestling.
Dear volleyball.
Dear softball.
Dear soccer. Thank you for taking me on a journey of a lifetime.
You have given me light in the darkest times where I thought light could not enter.
This sport is so special to me because it taught me how to be a good sport. Shake hands before and after you wrestle. Showed me how to reach really high highs and really low lows. And it taught me how to be a man, how to deal with adversity both on and off the mat.
Soccer really is the beautiful game, and it will take you more places and give you more experiences than you could have ever dreamed of.
You have taught me that this game is about so much more than myself and more than the wins and losses. It's about the impact you can make on people and difference you can make in this world just by playing this game.
My coaches and teammates have taught me more about volleyball and about life than I thought was possible to learn in 4 years.
I want to thank you for the life you've given me. Not the wins and losses, but the purpose I have found in you. You've taught me what it means to be a champion. Not a wrestling champion, but a champion of life.
With you, there is no race, no gender, no rich, and no poor. There is just a ball, 2 goals, and a common language.
And when I'm faced with conflict and trouble, wherever life takes me, I will look back on my years of playing and know you have taught me how to handle it with grace.
Remember to be grateful to the many people who have helped you along the way.
Thank you for being so much more than a sport. This sport has given me everything and more.
And we are back from the tank. Joe Foreman rejoining you alongside Nick Durst on the call for today's NCAA Division II men's basketball non-conference matchup. Once again, this is the McDonald's pregame show, but for now, we have the Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center starting lineups.
First for the Bloomfield College Bears, coached by Gerald Holmes in his 22nd season. Number 3, Isaiah Poole. Number 2, Starrell Hearns. Number 10, Zamorian Singleton. Number 15, Kareem Davis. And number 33, Edward Anguinhe. Now for your CSI Dolphins, coached by head coach TJ Tibbs in his 6th year. Number 1 is the senior from Newburgh, New York, Jordan McAllister. Number 3 is the sophomore from Waterville, New York, the guard, J.J. Chestnut. Number 21, the freshman from Staten Island, New York, Aaron Goldstein. Number 22, the graduate student from Colony, New York, Bryce Waterman. And number 23, from Waterville, New York, Messiah Mallory.
Those the Chi Aesthetic Med Spa and Wellness Center starting lineups ahead of tip-off for today's non-conference matchup. As we mentioned during the pregame, both of these teams did receive votes for the NCAA Division II East Region Top 10. Neither team got in during the past week's rankings, but perhaps this game could swing that in a positive direction for one of these 2 teams. Both come in 17-8. The Dolphins picked up a decisive win over Roberts Wesleyan University early in the week. Meanwhile, the Bears are coming off of a loss against Dominican University of New York earlier this week. These two teams last faced off over 40 years ago. But that long layoff comes to an end here as we have tip-off from the tank. The Dolphins will possess it first. Aaron Goldstein, as usual, runs the point for CSI to get things started. J.J. Chestnut also out there with him, along with Waterman and McAllister. And Chestnut can't get the floater to go.
A lot of height on this Bloomfield team. Going to see how the Dolphins contend with that down the paint all game long.
Just taking a look out there on the floor. These Bears have good size. Dolphins were able to tangle up Davis, and he couldn't get that shot to go in heavy traffic. I'm surprised he attempted that shot. Goldstein out to Waterman. Deep three-pointer. Off the mark. Rebound tipped toward the perimeter. Goldstein saved it, but he threw that one right to Sterrell Hearns. Poole. Bounce pass inside to Ngenier. Kick out. Right back to Poole for three. That's short. Here comes Jordan McAllister. He's defended by Singleton. Back to the basket. He works his way toward the rim, fades away, and he's short on his jumper.
Got a lot of space there on the ISO. Just couldn't finish.
Jordan doesn't get many one-on-one opportunities down there. We will get the game clock up on the screen momentarily. Right now, we don't have our game clock on the broadcast. We'll get that fixed in a minute.
18:25 left in this half as we got our first whistle.
Get that taken care of. Still no points through the first 90 seconds plus. 7 on the shot clock for Bloomfield. Entry pass goes inside. Davis tries a post fadeaway, and that's an air ball.
I noticed it when he gave us a fist bump. J.J. Chestnut's left wrist heavily taped up. I think it was like that in the last game as well.
Mallory left open, and he rattles in a three.
You know, the bench loves that. They love him. Messiah shoots the three-pointer. He's very good with that step and shoot.
When the Dolphins knock down a three, you always hear the audible boom from on the bench. That time, they had to hesitate as that one rattled in and out and back in again. So that three-pointer wasn't close by Singleton. Here comes Goldstein using the Waterman screen. Now Mallory sets a screen. Goldstein looks to attack. Can't finish. Gagné with the rebound. Singleton inside. This is Davis double-teamed, lost his footing, and he turns it over. Outlet pass up the floor. Waterman for three. Splash.
Boom. There it is. High-quality H2O right there as Bryce Waterman knocks down his first three of the game.
Dolphins lead it 6-0. Pair of threes, one by Mallory, one by Waterman. Open three-pointer for the Bears is good. Isaiah Poole from downtown.
Poole wide open there. He's easily able to drain the shot.
Mallory out to Goldstein. He thought about the three. Instead finds Chestnut, who will look to drive, had it poked away, and he draws a foul. First foul on either team. Pair of substitutions coming in for Bloomfield. Alfatir Connor among them. He wears number 5. Number 11, Davion Ellis into the game as well. As Goldstein knocks down the corner three.
As good as gold there. And we'll give a shout out to Aaron's family who must be watching the broadcast because for the first time this season they're not in the tank.
It's a little empty around the commentary desk when Aaron's family's not here.
Very quiet. I don't like it.
They're typically right over your right shoulder, Nick. As Connor knocks down his first shot from beyond the arc.
Right now, it's just a battle of threes. Who's going to score more threes? That's going to play a huge role in this game.
5 baskets, 5 3-pointers. Make it 6.
That was a really far shot, Joe. But very easy for Bryce Waterman. We call that the Bryce Waterman range. Anytime the shots are being taken from the volleyball court.
If you're inside of half court, you're in his range. As a foul is called against the Dolphins. And with that, we will head to immediate timeout. Just over 4 minutes gone by in this first half. Dolphins lead at 12-6.
Hobra, a taco joint, Staten Island, where we're proud to have shared our family-first spirit with people from throughout New York City and the world. With indoor dining available both at the bar and on the floor. Or step outside for additional seating and an outdoor bar. Serving beer that's crisp, ice cold, and worthy of a day at the beach. Cocktails that explode with flavor. And great food made with the freshest and healthiest ingredients available. Events feature food and drink specials. Live music. And the best of Staten Island nightlife. Your CSI Student ID saves you 10% on your dine-in order at Hobra. Visit us at 412 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the tank where the Dolphins lead it 12-6. 15:44 on the clock in the first half. Nick, so far, 6 baskets, 6 3-pointers, 2 belonging to Bryce Waterman.
The game has lived up to the hype so far as the threes are falling near and far all over the court.
Bears will inbound with 20 on the shot clock. Kick out went to Connor, and his floater is good off glass.
It's the first non-three of the game.
We have a 2-point field goal. Nearly 4.5 minutes in. Adebayo Conmi in for the Dolphins along with Chris Clancy. Goldstein and McAllister to the bench. Abdallah El Salah in the game for Bloomfield as Mallory draws the foul.
Well, good job by Mallory there to draw the foul, but not happy with himself from being able to finish on the contact.
Genye picks up the foul. Mallory to the line for 2 shots. And the first is no good. And Mallory's second free throw is good. Dolphins lead by 5.
Right now, Joe, the Dolphins have 5 former TLC players of the game on the court.
Wearing my TLC pullover today. You were wearing it the other day.
I heard Wednesday night, the last game of the season, we're going to be in black.
That is correct. Senior night, fade to black here at the tank.
So make sure you wear your black. If you don't have any, you can come here and purchase.
That's right.
20% off a black CSI or Dolphins shirt.
We have a big order incoming. I'll have to go to the table at halftime and make sure we have everyone's order.
And stay tuned for a baseball and softball season. There'll be a new commercial on Sportsnet.
I look forward to that. If they need any voiceover work, they know who to call.
Well, I was already told you'll be voicing it over.
Perfect. Waterman. No good.
The question's going to be who writes the script.
Well, that's always the challenge. I can touch it up. 12 on the shot clock. Waterman tries again. No good. And Clancy tipped it out of bounds. A lot of good items in that flash store. As you mentioned, Nick, going on sale next week.
All leading into School Spirit Day on the 7th of March.
Got to have one of those crew neck blue dolphin sweaters.
That one looks nice.
I like that one, and I like the gray hoodie with the CSI Dolphins logo. Depending on how the hats fit, I may or may not get one, but if the hats fit me well, certainly need a hat as well. Good stuff in there. It'll go fast once we air it on Sportsnet as the foul is drawn inside.
Yeah, many ways to order in the store, in the tank, online, or on an app.
I would not recommend the app right now, only because you can't choose a size.
No, I think they're working through some things with the app.
I think you show up.
Best
at
bet
the store.
is in the store or in the tank on Wednesday. Come to Wednesday, wear black, support the seniors, and get your merchandise. And I heard, Joe, they're also giving away vouchers for the first X amount of students for free food.
I mean, we publicized that. The tank might not be big enough to contain.
Well, the
crowd.
first game of the season this year, the first blackout, was the largest crowd I personally have ever seen here in the tank.
Have to say, if Tyler wants to hook us up at some McDonald's, we could even offer some McDonald's, one of our sponsors. Tyler said he's willing to hook us up.
I don't know if
Golden ticket vouchers?
I don't know if Tyler has that type of pull at McDonald's.
Tyler's like, I got that pull.
He's the manager.
All right, so in terms of seniors for men's basketball, Justin Ziris, Bryce Waterman, Adelaide Oyekanmi, Jordan McAllister.
4.
They will all be recognized on Wednesday night. Women's basketball, as I mentioned during our last broadcast, 5 seniors. Lizzie LaFaro, Oyinkansola Oke, Ashley Lambert, Brianna Moore, and Kaya Johnson.
So the question is, Joe, do you think all the seniors are going to start on senior night?
That's a good question. Dolphins need the game, so I don't see them relegating Jenelise Alicon to the bench.
Well, the men, I think all the seniors will start. Last year they did.
I would be inclined to say that they will. And I think if it's a game that the Dolphins don't need, maybe they get some extended minutes. Dolphins can lock up that 2 seed with a win. Well, actually, they can't lock it up before Wednesday, so can't mess around there. They'll play their regular rotation for much of the game, I think. As Clancy is rejected underneath. That shot swatted by Connor. Good defensive play there. Bucknall left open for 3. He can't hit. And here comes Shamar Laddie. Laddie gets it right back from Waterman. And that pass is tipped and stolen. And Ellis throws it down.
Nice job by this Ellis there with the steal, followed by the easy slam.
Devion Ellis with the good defensive play. All over that pass. And the Bears are back to within 1. Laddie. And a foul was called. Didn't see if that was against Laddie or the screening Oyekanmi.
So there you go against Oyekanmi.
It's on Oyekanmi. Well, he had a rim-rattling dunk on Wednesday night.
Certainly one for the highlight reel this season.
Bears can take the lead here. Hearns, no good from 3.
2 quick fouls now. Michael Oyekanmi.
Michael plays with a lot of physicality out there, and sometimes the product of that is foul calls.
Well, he's going to check out of the game. Certainly need his height and physicality in this game against a very tall Bloomfield team.
Bears inbound, 20 on the shot clock. Hearns, air ball. Dolphins get it right back. Another low-scoring start to a game. We saw that on Wednesday. Low-scoring nature of this game, perhaps more typical of the weekend matchups, as Adelaide Oyekanmi is on the board.
Last TLC player of the game, picking up where he left off on Wednesday night.
Shot fake, kick out. Deep 3 by Connor. Off the front rim and rebounded by Oyekanmi. Dolphins look to run. Waterman crosses over, gets by his man, and the scoop layup is good.
Beautiful move there by Waterman to get past the defender. Scoop layup up and in. When Bryce is able to do that, Joe, plus the threes, he's really impossible to stop scoring.
There's a nice move to get inside and a strong finish by Sterrell Hearns. Now Laddie looks to answer, and he banks it in high off the glass.
The pace right now is fast and furious.
Bears look to run again. That won't go for Connor. And Oyakonmi has the rebound. Here come the Dolphins. Clancy for McAllister. He takes it inside, and his floater is good.
A few great possessions here for the Dolphins on the run. Coach Tibbs fired up, and so is the bench.
Another deep three is good.
These teams could score, Joe. Everyone really scoring at will right now.
Nick, I think I engaged the commentator's jinx again at 12:20 in the half.
It was about
It was 13-12.
13 points in a minute.
14 to be exact in about a minute and 10 seconds. That's a three-pointer, and that is good. Marcus Bucknall from the left wing, and it's a one-point game again.
Bucknall from Greece knocking down the three-pointer.
Clancy, splash.
The threes are falling here today, Joe. Both teams shooting at an incredible pace from downtown.
The Bears, 3 of 9 to start. The Dolphins are now 5 of 8. Floater rattles out by Singleton, and that was last touched by the Bears. And with that, we'll head to another media timeout. The pace is quickened here at the Tank. 10:17 to go in the first half. Dolphins lead it 24-20.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
And we're back from the College of Staten Island with 10:17 to go in the first half. Dolphins lead it 24-20. We had a 13-12 score at the 12:20 mark in this first half. And very quickly, the offenses have picked up. There's a nice feed to Mallory from McAllister, and Messiah lays it in.
Great job catching that by Mallory, turning quickly to score.
That was a precision pass. And a strong finish from Mallory following.
McAllister, he's got the high arcing shot, and he used that to his strength there with the high arcing pass to Mallory.
Pull-up jumper, short by Hearns. Offensive rebound and follow, no good. And Gagne has it again. And now Hearns will look to drive, and he lays it in.
Oh, good job there on the second chance by Bloomfield, and they score.
Strong move to the basket by Hearns. And a strong move by Chestnut in response.
JJ with the answer back.
CSI leads 6. And a foul is called on Chris Clancy. Fifteen foul for CSI. Not many whistles in this first half. Hopefully I don't jinx that as well. Kareem Davis will check back in. Singleton to the bench. Davis quickly gets a touch, gets doubled, finds Connor. No good from 3. Here comes Aaron Goldstein. Now Mallory left open. Too strong. Oyakonmi, offensive rebound and lay-in.
Well, it just seems like he has such a knack for doing that. He's always boxing out extremely well, gets his points off a lot of offensive rebounds.
Not only does he grab those offensive rebounds, he's so quick to put those back up and effortlessly score.
One felt swoop motion for him.
That shot, no good off back iron by Connor. The Dolphins looked to run, but Mallory was stripped.
Oh, Mallory, I think, hurt his ankle again. He's down.
Bears score, but all eyes
So,
the other end of the floor right now.
Joe, what happened was Mallory went down on that play. He actually did a back tumble salt, landed on the ankle. Does not look good. We know he aggravated this on Wednesday night. I'm sure it's heavily taped, but he's able to walk right now. But who knows if he's going to come back in anytime soon. But I'll certainly need him in this one.
Well, someone who has sprained his right ankle many times, there's a big difference between a sprain that is lingering and tweaking it in a similar fashion without the extreme injury. I've probably sprained my ankle no less than 5 or 6 times, grade 2 at least. And at one point I was a size 17 shoe. That's how bad my ankle was swollen. And foot.
But now, Joe, if you look at this, you have Michael Oyakonmi in foul trouble. Mallory out of the game. So Dolphins are giving up a lot of height right now on the court.
Waterman. Splash.
So they got to just keep shooting the 3 and making them fall.
Well, that's one way to combat missing some size out there. Knock down some 3-pointers, and Dolphins have done that well all season.
So you're shooing up to a 17. Wow. And what is your normal shoe size?
13 or 14.
Wow. Talk about a swollen ankle.
It was funny because I came here on crutches. It was when I was a student. As that floater is good by Hearns.
So you walked here on your crutches all at a campus?
I brought one crutch and walked on the crutch in my foot.
What a warrior.
Couldn't miss class. I was a defiant student.
I know. To walk in the elements with 1 foot.
Can't miss class. So that shot won't count. And they're going to check it.
Get ready, Tyler. I guess they're reviewing the foul?
They're reviewing to see if the shot should count. So if
Should've.
Goldstein released that ball before the official's arm goes up, then that will be a good basket.
I don't think they. I don't think he got it off before, but we'll see.
We're going to find out.
Tyler's ready. He's going to turn the screen. He's going to play it the second they get over here.
All right, so Tyler will slow it down for them as well. And we're getting our first look along with the officials.
Here we go. We'll take a look right now. So looking at the legal contact here, Joe, which to me looks like legal contact happened way before the shot was up. As you're walking through right here, there's the contact. He's already fouled. The ball's in his hand. It's going to be no basket.
Yep, the official's right on it.
I need to play it in real time. Looks like it was.
All right, so they wanted to make sure that it was clear who was fouled on the play, and it was Adelaide Oyakonmi. So I was helping the officials
Now,
through the video
I gotta
review.
ask, do you think the two officials just came over look like are brothers? They look like brothers to me.
I could see it.
One a little older than the other.
I could see it.
What do you think, Tyler? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Gives a thumbs up.
I will say, I forget who it was on our staff that thought Andrew Rotundo and I were cousins.
Really? Who was that?
We do not look
was
anything
that Joe
alike.
Masha?
No, it was not. Andrew and I don't look anything alike.
Sal? Caruso?
I forget who asked if we were related. Wasn't you, was it?
Certainly wasn't me.
Okay.
Was it Nino?
It might have been. Now that I think about it, that is a mistake that I could see Nino potentially making.
I could see Nino saying that. So, what was it? Was it technical foul? Why is Oyukami going to the line here?
I think they're going to call flagrant. That had to be a flagrant foul. It's the only reason he'd be shooting free throws.
A lot of pressure to do these technical shots.
Oyukami unfazed.
And the Dolphins got possession, too, I believe.
1 for 2. So for now, we'll assume that was a flagrant foul call.
Media timeout coming up now.
And a break for us. 7:10 on the clock in this first half. The Dolphins lead at 34-26. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. And we're back from the College of Staten Island. Dolphins lead by 8. We had a flagrant foul call ahead of the last media timeout. And Bryce Waterman is way short on that 3.
Rare.
You almost never see Bryce miss that badly. That's an outlier. As Ngenya has another offensive rebound, he is triple teamed and traveled. Or perhaps stepped out of bounds. Didn't catch the signal. Chestnut gives it up to Goldstein. Now McAllister in the corner. 12 to shoot. Oyukami jab steps, gets by one defender, and lays it in through another.
What a move by Oyukami. He is going to the line for one more.
Adelaide Oyukami delivering more offense in this game.
Really coming on as of late offensively. And if he's going, it's very difficult for the opposition.
Over this last month, he has joined Chris Clancy as the top scorer off the Dolphins bench. No question. That duo seems to push double figures every game. That jumper rattles out on the attempt by Elsala. Now McAllister looked like he may have been thinking dunk there. And he was emphatically rejected at the rim by Ngenya.
Ngenya just using his height.
Ngenya barely had to leave his feet. Dolphins' tallest player on the floor right now is 6'4". As that three-pointer is good by Connor.
Mallory back on the bench for the Dolphins. We'll see if he plays again in this game.
I didn't think he was coming back in on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Not only did he come back in, he came back in quickly.
Right, but let's keep in mind, this is a non-conference game. So, sure they want to win, but not as important as the last game.
Well, Economy left open, and he knocks it down.
Leading scorer right now, or he's Tyler Price? He's putting on the points here as of late.
No hesitation on that three-pointer by Hearns.
Hearns is open. He's going to take a shot.
Hearns has had a nice first half. 4 of 8, 9 points. Economy finds McAllister. McAllister posting up, and he banks it in.
Off the glass. Dirk Nowitzki-like there. Nice move by Jordan McAllister.
Hearns defending went down, did not get the whistle, and that left McAllister wide open. Al-Salah fakes, spins, and scores.
Nice move by Al-Salah. All gas, no brakes there for him.
Dolphins turn it over here. Just communicating with the main scorers table.
The crowd is going wild as Donovan Crawford checks in the game for Bloomfield. He got a nice round of applause there from the Bloomfield supporters.
Some Bloomfield fans assembled near the top of the bleachers behind the visiting bench. We approach 4 minutes to play in the half. Connor had it stripped away, gets it back. Now Ellis in the corner, thought about the three, drives baseline and throws it down.
Oh, just a strong move there for him.
Goldstein uses the Mallory screen. Messiah back in the game. And he's quickly on the board again.
Well, he's got some strong ankles.
Clearly stronger than mine, and nobody can argue with Messiah's toughness. Al-Salah left open, and he makes the Dolphins pay.
Al-Salah taking over right now for Bloomfield.
Waterman backing down Al-Salah. He fades away and puts up another air ball.
Al-Salah doing something to distract Waterman on these last two shot attempts.
Al-Salah thought about another three, instead goes right at Mallory and draws a foul.
As he goes to the free throw line now, he can make this a one-possession game for Bloomfield.
First, we will have our final media timeout of the half. And even 3 minutes on the clock in half number one. Dolphins lead it 43-39.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast. Everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials. Check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
3 minutes to go in the first half. Dolphins have led for much of this half. They're ahead 43-39 here. In fact, Dolphins have led this entire game. Lead grew as large as 11. That lead is now down to 3 following that first free throw.
Bears have done a good job clawing back into this one. 1 point game. 2 point game.
Well, you could say the offenses were hibernating earlier in the game. Not so now.
I think so. Spring is coming, so hibernation's over.
And Mallory's fouled. And that foul came after Messiah made that shot. So he'll go to the line for one more. And that was another awkward landing for Mallory. That last basket, Mallory now has 10 points. 4 of 6 from the field. Just 1 of 3 from the line. And the CSI lead remains 4. Connor kicks out. Now Ellis, met by Chestnut, hands off Hearns. Hearns to El Sala. No good from 3. Mallory tips the rebound but couldn't bring it in.
Crucial 2 minutes, 24 seconds here. See who goes into the half with the momentum.
Bounce pass goes inside off the inbound. El Sala was surrounded and quickly fouled. That will be the 7th team foul on the Dolphins, which puts the Bears in the 1-1 bonus. Eddie and Gagne back in for the Bears. Isaiah Poole in the game as well. And El Sala misses the front end of the 1-1.
Lucky break there for the Dolphins. Keep this 2-possession game.
He'll take it. As we approach 2 minutes to go in the first half. Chestnut freed up by the screen and may have had a shot there. Instead was looking for Mallory. Ellis drives the baseline, kicks out to Poole, swing to the corner. And Connor is no good from 3. El Sala has the rebound, reverse layup is good.
El Sala having a tremendous last 5 minutes here in this half. Big reason why it's only a 2-point game.
9 points for him, 3 of 6 from the field. Mallory one-on-one with Ngagne, looking to post up. And Mallory can't get the fadeaway to go. As he tried to bank it in, rebound Ngagne. Connor uses the Ngagne screen. Now El Sala feeds it inside. Ngagne now posting up Mallory, and he easily scores.
Tie game for the first time since the start of the game.
Chestnut weaving his way inside. Floater won't go. Bears with a chance to take their first lead.
Don't want to give El Sala any space to pull up for a 3.
Connor fakes, kicks out. Poole off the mark again from 3, and Mallory was fouled.
Big rebound there by Mallory. Sandwich between 2 defenders, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Dolphins also in the 1-1 bonus. Mallory will get free throws 4 and 5 here. As I mentioned before, just 1 of 3 from the line to start.
Bears have shot better from the free throw line in this game.
Mallory converts on the front end of the 1-and-1. Dolphins back in front by 1. Mallory goes 2 of 2 from the line. CSI in front, 47-45. 45 seconds to go in the half. Blake Wilson in. Michael Oyakonmi in, along with Adelaide Oyakonmi, Jordan McAllister, and Messiah Mallory. This is probably CSI's biggest lineup out there on the floor. And that layup is good by Connor.
Sub back in the offensive unit, most likely here. Clancy, Waterman coming in, Goldstein, and Chestnut.
So the Dolphins will take a 30-second timeout. If the Dolphins so choose, they can hold for the final shot in this first half. And after a very slow offensive start for both teams, we appear well on our way to a very high-scoring game.
Well, definitely on pace for a high 90s game. Maybe even overtime to push it to triple digits.
We don't say that word here at the commentary desk, Nick.
Well, you know what? It's only one game today, so
You're okay with it?
We'll take the extra money.
All right.
What do you think, Tyler?
Tyler will.
Tyler wants to go get his Big Mac.
You will. Unfortunately, I'm not paid by the hour. I guess technically I am.
You are.
Technically I am, but it doesn't matter during baseball and softball when I work 80 hours. I still get paid for 20.
Not the
It
worst
evens
than
out.
a baseball doubleheader
It evens out in the end.
at 9 p.m.
Dolphins will hold for the final shot. Goldstein defended by Poole. Now Mallory. 8 seconds to go in the half. Waterman hands off. Chestnut. Waterman. Turnaround jumper off the front rim and no good. As that will do it for the first half. Our score at halftime, CSI 47, Bloomfield 47. The TLC Physical Therapy halftime report with men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs coming up next. We're back for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. Nick is courtside with men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs.
All right, Joe, the fans waited long enough. We got to give them what they want. The halftime interview with Coach Tibbs. Coach, I've watched you for many years. I never thought your energy could be matched or topped, but Coach Holmes is at another level. His team is bringing it right now. So is yours. How'd you get the guys hyped up for a rare late season non-conference game?
They're seventh in the region. I mean, whatever it is. I gotta hype you up for this game. You shouldn't be playing basketball at this level. And I'm glad you brought up Coach Holmes. I mean, he's been somebody that I looked towards as we came into the league, into the region 5 years ago, whatever it was, as a program we kind of wanted to model ourselves after. I mean, he plays anybody, anywhere. They're consistently in the talks for being one of the best teams in the region, and I have a ton of respect for him and what he does year in and year out for the program. So. His energy is incredible, and you can tell by the way his teams play. They play hard, they play smart, they play tough, physical basketball team, clean basketball, and we're in for a fight.
All right, next Wednesday, Coach, big game here, senior night in the tank. Let everybody know why they need to be here.
Bryce Waterman, Justin Ziris, Jordan McAllister, and Adelaide Oyakonmi. That's the only reasons right there. I mean, they have dedicated themselves to this program, all in varying different capacities and years. And I think we've had a pretty solid season this year, especially here at home. So we need to send them off in the right way. You know, we're hoping that that's the last home game that we play this year. So we need everybody to come out and support those guys and support the team, because these guys have been giving this school and this community everything that they have. So they deserve for this place to be packed on Wednesday.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time. Best luck in the second half. Joe, back to you at the commentary desk.
All right, thank you, Nick, as As always, Nick joined courtside by men's basketball head coach TJ Tibbs for the TLC Physical Therapy halftime report. And to Coach's point, CSI 11-4 on their home floor this season. They look to make it 12-4 as we have 20 minutes of basketball coming up on the other side of this halftime break. Our score through 20 minutes, Staten Island 47, Bloomfield 47.
Basketball has a special place in my heart because of the experiences it has given me and the purpose I have found along the way. Basketball taught me that success doesn't require perfection. Rather, I should pursue excellence in everything that I do. Basketball has led me on a journey where I've accumulated numerous life lessons to value relationships, practice integrity, and demonstrate commitment. I've learned to welcome mistakes and not only accept adversity, but embrace it. It has the unique effect of eliciting talents in someone which would have otherwise lain dormant. It is something that builds character, an element that is essential to a player's growth and development. You sometimes wonder if all the mornings and late nights are really worth it. Then you look to your left and right, and you see your teammates beside you, and you know you're not alone. And it's comforting. When you're part of a team, there's a special joy in playing for something bigger than yourself. Basketball taught me how to embrace a community. Like music, it brings people together. When you make contributions to your team, your program, it's a rewarding feeling knowing the impact you have on the larger community when you observe how much it inspires the people around you.
Dear basketball, I was only a few months old when I took my first photograph with a ball in my lap. From that moment on, you never left me. Growing up in a small village in upstate New York, 2 miles from the Canadian border, you were my constant go-to for fun and entertainment. No matter if there was 3 feet of snow or the sun was scorching hot, I always found a way to be with you as you brought me so much joy. As a child, you always had a way of bringing the neighborhood kids together. Every day we would find our way to the circular paved patio I had in my yard with an 8-foot rim nailed to a tree. It wasn't the classiest court to play on, but it worked for us, and it's where my passion for you began. Little did I know you would take my friends and family on a journey of a lifetime. It was from you where I learned to be brave, courageous, and adventurous, that if I stuck with it through my moments of failure, disappointment, and heartache, I could achieve anything I put my mind to. Like attending Duke University on a full scholarship where I was able to surround myself in greatness both in the classroom and on the court. It is here where I truly learned how to step out of my comfort zone and discover what I was made of, refusing to let my insecurities and fears hold me back. Gail Gueston Course and her incredible staff, along with my teammates, gave me a family away from home that I could have never dreamt of as a little girl. The ACC championships, the NCAA tournaments, including the national championship game in 1999, cannot match the friendships and relationships I developed because of basketball. See, I find it to be the relationships that we develop through our sports participation that are in fact the most meaningful and memorable. Basketball, you have given me a life team that I can never repay you for. You have supplied me with a platform that allows me to give back, to inspire, motivate, encourage individuals to go after their passions, to push through their failures and be fearless in stepping out of their comfort zones. It was because of you I was able to start my first company with co-founder Colleen Healy from UConn Women's Basketball called Orca Leadership. Orca standing for opportunity, resilience, contribution, and accountability. All 4 pillars we learned from playing your game. Even further, we were able to start up our own academy called Beyond the Game Academy, helping athletes across the country reach their dreams. I could have never imagined this life, and I have you to thank. Thank you, basketball.
The opportunities that basketball provided for me has been crazy. Being able to travel all over the world, to even a different country, just being able to meet so many different people and build so many different relationships has definitely just opened so many doors for me.
Opportunities that basketball has provided me, just to meet a lot of people, travel a lot of places, around the world and also around the country. It's just, a great experience to make me a more well-rounded person.
Just being able to learn from my teammates, learning really what sacrifice is about, learning about hard work, just being a part of a team, having that support group, having somebody that's there to support you no matter what. it's been great.
Basketball has given me a lot of opportunities. Obviously, just traveling and coming here, this is special. And we went to Spain over the summer, and I'd never been out the country before that, so it was special. And obviously, just giving me a free education. I mean, it's a big thing, and I'm glad basketball has been able to do it for me.
It's provided a lot of opportunities, provided me to get a college degree, travel places that I never thought I would travel to, and just meet new people.
I'd say basketball has just provided me with a variety of opportunities. I mean, just the connections that I made in the Purdue community, and kind of just growing as a player and as a person has. I'm definitely blessed and grateful to have all these opportunities.
Dear basketball, since I was a kid, you have always been a way for me to clear my mind of everything going on in life and just have fun playing and competing. You led me to seeing you where I've become a part of a close-knit basketball family. You've let me build relationship with my brothers that not many people get to experience, and these relationships have been able to grow and will certainly last a lifetime. You have taught me that this sport is more than getting the best stats or winning the most games, but it's about enjoying the experience, making a difference in the community, and always competing at my highest level. Through great leadership from Coach K and other coaches, you have given me top-of-the-line resources to learn not only about the game, but about life and being a man of integrity and humility. I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for you, and I am forever grateful for the lessons you have taught me and the memories that I will have for the rest of my life.
College basketball has provided me with a platform to not only have fun on the court and be around some amazing teammates, but also kind of supplement academics with just another side of the Notre Dame experience, because sports are such an important part of the tradition there, and being a part of the Notre Dame sports tradition in any way is just an incredible honor. It's amazing. I mean, just being here all week, there's just so much recognition for such an amazing sport and such amazing teams that are here, and to be a part of that in any small way is just incredible, and I'm so lucky to be here. Just the value of determination, perseverance, and self-confidence in getting where you want to go in life. I've definitely learned a lot being around a team of such strong, inspiring women, and I can only hope to emulate their talent on the basketball court in other parts of my life. I'm a computer science major in Notre Dame's College of Engineering, and I was really drawn to it because I've always kind of loved math and science, and it's a really fun way to apply problem-solving skills to different situations, especially in today's day and age where technology is becoming such an integral part of society. Just figuring out different ways I can contribute to that, I'm really excited to see where it'll take me in the future. I mean, I think just the general mindset of approaching something from how can I solve this in not only the best way but the most efficient way, because there's a big emphasis on that in a lot of my classes, and just kind of seeing how the sports world and the academic world can overlap, even with just the GPS things that we wear during practice to keep track of how hard we're working. Just the technology behind that is super interesting to me also. When I first came to campus, I was hoping to get involved in the women's basketball program in some way, and I applied to be a manager, and I thought that would be an awesome opportunity, super excited. And then I got an email about walk-on tryouts. I'm like, oh, this would be a great way to go meet other girls to play pickup with. I had no idea it would lead to any of this, trust me, but I'm so glad it has. And after that, that's how I met some of the women's basketball people and how I got connected to be a team manager for the program. So I started doing that first semester of my freshman year, and then, as you probably know the story, last year with the 4 ACL tears, they just needed another practice player kind of thing. So I turned from a manager to a walk-on and got the opportunity to go in some games, just help the team out any way I could, and that was an incredible ride, obviously ending with the championship last season, which was amazing. And then same thing this year, kind of just some injuries happened and they needed someone to step up. So, I mean, I'm here to be whatever they need me to be, and I'm so blessed to be part of this program in any way. Kind of going between the manager and walk-on role, I mean, it is a different type of thing I'm doing, but it's still being around the same girls every day and just being around the team. And for me, that was such a valuable thing. And again, I guess my passion for basketball and how much I just love the sport kind of made that seem easy. Not really something I thought about a ton, just because every day it wasn't about what I could do. It was just about kind of getting out and playing the game I love every day and just being around it in any way.
Basketball has given me everything in my life. It's given me a chance to get a college education. Gives my families to take trips to these cool tournaments we go to, and most importantly, my relationships with the people I've met throughout the years, and Coach Izzo down to my junior high coach. It's provided me with great relationships with teammates and guys that I'll be talking to for the rest of my life.
basketball has provided me with just obviously the education portion of it is huge, and also just the relationships I was able to build with my teammates, guys on different teams that go to my school, like the football team and the soccer team. There's also just the relationships that I'm able to build outside of, athletics, and that's just, I believe that's huge, just being able to go and meet new people, especially at a big university like Ohio State, and just kind of get your network around and just see the way different people think and react to things.
I'd say basketball provided me with, I guess, the opportunity just to be around good people and meet people that can help me in life and give me a free education and be able to somewhat set myself up for a better life.
It has offered me opportunity to go to college, to leave my hometown, travel the world, build outstanding relationships and friendships. I'm forever grateful and owe a lot of gratitude to the game of basketball and to God for putting the basketball in my hands. So basketball has really blessed me a lot.
We are back for the start of the second half. Dolphins and Bears tied at 47. CSI led by as many as 11 points in the first half. The Bears came all the way back and got even. Bloomfield still has never led in this game. Dolphins scoring much of their points on the back of their three-point shooting. Shot it very well from downtown in the first half, 6 of 11. Bears 7 of 16. Both teams above 43% from downtown. The Dolphins well above 50%. From beyond the arc.
Yeah, Dolphins shooting 52.9% overall in the game, or 52.9% in the game. But as that is the first time the Bears get the lead of this game, and in the first period, Bloomfield was shooting 46.2%, but it didn't matter that both teams ended up with the same score, 47-47, to end the first.
Very interesting, Nick. The stats that I have here in my right hand as Mallory backs in and is rejected by Ngeni on the hook shot. So we did get the correct pronunciation of Eddie's name at halftime. Ngeni, not Ngenier. So I apologize for that.
Who gave you the correct pronunciation?
They gave it to Nick on public address. Eddie Ngeni. Correct pronunciation. And Nick, I think Aaron's family just arrived.
Yeah, I saw his grandfather before, and now his parents are here as well. Good chance that maybe they're coming straight from his sister's game. She just committed, I think, to St. Joseph by the Sea. So I guess the best get better. C, of course, was honored here on Wednesday night for winning the Borough Cup.
There's good patience by Mallory on the shot fake, and he lays it in traffic to even up the score at 49. So anyway, Nick, as I was saying, the stats I had in my right hand, a bit different from the live stats over at CSIDolphins.com, but that's where this box score came from.
The printout comes from CSIDolphins.com. So,
well, the printout comes from NCAA Live Stats, which is feeding the stats to CSIDolphins.com as Goldstein is off from 3. Mallory has the offensive board. Waterman will try. Splash.
Easy assist there from Goldstein. Touched it for 1 second. Gives it to Waterman way downtown, and he knocks it in.
Doesn't get much more convenient than that if you're Aaron Goldstein. Hand the ball to Waterman, and Bryce does not hesitate as he knocks down the 3. And Alsala was fouled by Mallory there. Caught him on the arm. Two shots for Alsala. And the first rattles out. Alsala with 13 points. He's now 2 of 4 from the line.
He's having a nice game for Bloomfield.
He's tied with Connor for the game lead in scoring. Mallory hangs and hits.
Oh, looks like no issues with that ankle since coming back in the game.
Cy Mallory very resilient. As there's another deep Bloomfield three. This time Sterrell Hearns. Bears back in front by 1. Goldstein uses the Mallory screen, and he's off from 3. Alsala with the rebound. He brings it up slowly. Now on the wing, Poole. Inside, Alsala, defended by Chestnut, giving him no space. Poole was given space, and he makes the Dolphins pay.
Poole just enough space there in the corner. Knocks down a 3. Bloomfield has the largest lead of the game.
Bears on a bit of a run here going back to the first half. Waterman steps back. No good. Good effort there by Chestnut, keeping his hand on that ball, but it's snatched away by Hearns. Hearns to the corner. Ellis to a wide open Hearns for 3.
Can't give Bloomfield any space beyond the arc. They're knocking everything down.
Bears by 7 now. How will the Dolphins respond? And Mallory had that shot altered by Ngeni and was then fouled by Connor. First free throw is good.
Looks like the CSI dance team taking the second half off, but they had a nice performance at halftime, so good job by them.
Mallory goes 2 of 2 from the line. Dolphins back to within 5. Poole looks to attack, drops it off inside, and Ngeni was stripped. And we'll stay right here.
Good defense by Aaron Goldstein there to strip the pass.
Media timeout with 15:52 on the clock in the second half. Bears now lead it by 5, 61-56. Chi Aesthetics Med Spa and Wellness Center. Our approach to beauty and wellness begins with a holistic plan tailored to the unique needs of our patients. When we consult with patients, we let them tell us what their problem is. We don't tell them what the issue is. We find out what they're looking for, and we discuss, and then we give them options. If you're looking to achieve radiant skin, you've come to the right place. We offer hydrofacials, microneedling, Opus Plasma, peels, facial and laser treatments, laser hair removal, body sculpting, fat freezing, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, IV drip therapy, and more. We are open Monday through Saturday and are located at 720 Forest Avenue, Staten Island, New York, 10310. We hope to see you soon. Visit our website at www.chiaesthetics.com for more information. .52 to go in the second half. Dolphins lead gone, and the Bears with that last basket now lead by 7.
Bears lead continuing to grow here early on in the second half.
18-point swing in this game. The Dolphins led by 11. Now trailing by 7 as McAllister can't connect on the mid-range pull-up. El Sala with the rebound. El Sala goes around the back, nearly lost the ball. Connor, defended by Goldstein. He kicks out to a wide open pool. No good from 3. McAllister out to Goldstein. Now Mallory facing up against Ngeni. Will back in, fakes, and Ngeni did not leave his feet. Great defense, and he forces the jump ball.
Mallory not used to going against people who tower over him. He's got about 2 inches on him there.
Messiah Mallory listed 6'7", and Ngeni 6'8", but
Ngeni looks much taller.
He's more than an inch taller.
Yeah, we
Certainly.
have Ngeni is 6'8". He looks like at least 6'9".
I would say they're at least 2 or 3 inches apart.
For sure. Unless Mallory's overlisted.
I think Messiah is probably 6'7". I've stood next to him. He's probably 6'7", so Ngeni is probably just taller.
Yeah, Ngeni looks to me at least 6'9".
Goldstein for 3. Short. Big rebound by Hearns. Hearns to the basket. Count it. And 1.
It's too easy for him there. He's able to clear a path and lay it up and in and go to the free throw line for 1 more.
Dolphins going to the bench early in this second half. Goldstein and Chestnut now on the bench. Clancy and Laddie in. 1 more free throw coming up from the line here for Hearns.
Back to a 7-point lead.
Appears for the moment our live stats are malfunctioning here. Just trying to get you Hearns' point total.
Summoned over to the stat desk yet.
I think Hearns officially has 18. But for whatever reason, our stats won't update. As that's a goaltend. That shot was certainly going in regardless. So the live stats are continually reverting back to the 61-54 stat line. But when you refresh the page, it opens with the current stat line. Very odd. And a foul is called inside on the attempt by Hearns.
Goes against Clancy there.
Pass word over that we need a little reset on the live stats. Hearns right back to the line. And his free throw is good. Free throw is good. Bears back in front by 7. Oyakonmi, floater, straight into the hands of Mallory for the layup.
Zest?
I was looking at you, about to ask that exact question. I don't think so.
Well, home cooking.
If Lewis is feeling generous, he can give him
We can't see the live
assist.
stats, so we're not going to know.
That's a good point. We'll stay right here. Or not. They're going to extend the 30-second timeout called by the Dolphins to immediate timeout. So we'll head to break. CSI leads 63, or I should say, they trail 68-63.
As a student athlete in college, I first got involved with the NCAA at the national level. It was through the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, SAC, gave me an opportunity to advocate on behalf of all student athletes, to affect change and to make an impact. The NCAA is giving the student athlete a platform to voice their concerns and to be able to advocate for what's going to affect their well-being. The policies that are being put in place are speaking towards academics, they're speaking towards well-being, they're speaking towards fairness, creating a culture so that the student athletes have the best experiences possible.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
We're back with under 13 and a half minutes to go in the second half as the Dolphins press. Almost instantly forced a turnover. Racing up the floor is Ellis. And he had it stolen by Laddie, who stepped on the baseline.
Good steal, but unfortunately Laddie out of bounds.
Gerald Holmes beside himself on the Bloomfield bench.
Oh, like I said to Coach Tibbs at halftime, it's rare to see anybody with more energy than him, but Gerald Holmes has him beat.
There's a nice bounce pass by Alsala. And the Dolphins thought they had a clean block there. Mallory smiling at the official. I don't know if he's smiling because he feels like he blocked that shot or because he knows that there was some additional contact.
I think he thought he blocked it.
His teammates certainly did based on their reaction. Bears back to the line again. And Kareem Davis hits the first. Well, Nick, it looks like we're going to be without live stats the rest of the game.
What's the status update on the stats from across the way? Did they give you any word?
Haven't heard back. I don't know if they completed the reset yet. Maybe I'll head over during the next media timeout. Long outlet up the floor. And that's a really tough position to put Mallory in. And I think the risk versus reward there, not worth it. But the Dolphins, fortunately for them, will keep possession.
Right, you see Mallory coming up gingerly after that one.
Mallory thought about a three. Forced to give it up. Laddie wants a screen. He kicks out. Oyekanmi to the basket, and he scores.
Explosive drive there to the hoop. And Oyekanmi lays it in.
18 to shoot. Tough shot over Mallory, no good by Connor. Here come the Dolphins. Laddie for Oyekanmi. Count it, and one.
Yeah, first had Mallory wide open there. Pass goes to Michael Oyekanmi. He lays it up and in. And now gets a chance to go to the free throw line for one more.
Seen a lot of strong finishes in this game. Early, we saw a lot of good outside shooting, a bit of everything so far this afternoon.
Two evenly matched good teams.
Well, you know the Dolphins, if they can manage it, would love to go into the playoffs on a win streak.
Yeah, win out, 20 wins. Of course that's what they want.
If they do reach the playoffs without losing another game, they'll end the season on an 8-game winning streak. And that will include some high-quality wins along the way. This, of course, would be one of them. The Bears in the middle of the pack right now in the CACC. They pulled up those standings earlier. As that's an air ball on the attempt by Hearns. Here come the Dolphins. Clancy to Laddie. He dribbles back out and tries a three. And that's good. Tie score.
Laddie is just so quick on the dribble that he's able to create his own three-point shot there, and he drains it. Tie game once again.
Knotted up at 70. Still nearly 12 minutes to play. And Genny, no good. And Oyekanmi has the rebound. Fanatics beginning to make some noise. And Laddie with a heat check there. Couldn't knock it down from well beyond the arc. Singleton, too strong. Dolphins look to run again. Oyekanmi to the basket. And the layup won't go.
Looks like some contact there.
Kick out to Hearns for three.
Yeah, Hearns is not going to miss twice in a row. Knocks down that open three. So Clancy and Mallory discussing who was supposed to cover on the shooter there.
I was listening in, hence the silence. As Laddie knocks down the pull-up. Talk about scorers who off the bench have really come on this last month. Laddie playing his best basketball of the season.
Absolutely.
With each passing game, the Dolphins have gotten more and more from their bench, and they had a strong bench to begin the season. We'll stay right here as that was tipped out by the Dolphins.
And you'll be heading to the stats desk, Jim.
Yes, I will. See if we can get our live stats fixed.
We should get a replay of that one, maybe, just in case, because there's some question as to who hit it last, but hopefully you can fix the live stats, Jim.
To the stats desk for me. Nick, if I'm not back, you take over. We'll take a quick break.
The Kettle Black on Staten Island, a top 5 wing joint in America by Food and Wine magazine. Serving daily lunch and dinner at the bar or on the floor. Perfect for family and group parties with top shelf drink and delicious food. From great times with good friends. Live sports and watch parties. To Staten Island's hottest nightlife. The Kettle Black features live music and DJs weekly. The Kettle Black features daily and nightly food and drink specials. The best Staten Island has to offer is at the Kettle Black. We'll see you there at the Kettle Black, located on 415 Forest Avenue, Staten Island.
Back here in the tank, as reaction has resumed, Bloomfield lays that one up and in. Off of the inbound pass, up 75-72, 10-18 remaining here in this game. Laddie with the ball, takes the screen from Mallory, looks to give it to Mallory, can't. Finally gets to Mallory. Mallory over to Clancy. Clancy driving to his left, kicks it out to Oyekanmi. Oyekanmi not backing down the defender, lays it up, and he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. While we have a chance here, we'll take a look at that previous possession before the break, as there was some question as to whether or not the ball went out on the Dolphins or the Bears. And you get a look here, and the call was out on the Dolphins. So Oyekanmi now at the free throw line. First shot is good. Substitution for Bloomfield now, as Donovan Crawford comes in the game for Zamorian Singleton. Second shot here. was good. So 1 point game now, 75-74. Dolphins going to go with the press. Looking to feed it inside. Good double team there by the Dolphins. Kicked out to Crawford. Crawford across the court, and the pass is intercepted by Oyekanme. Laddie now. Stops dribbles, kicks out to Mallory for three, off the mark. And looks like we got a foul call on Donovan Crawford. His second, team's fourth. So Dolphins now with the chance to take the lead of this possession. We gained the lead that they lost early on in this half. Oyekanme to inbound. Looking for Clancy. Clancy gets it. Over to Mallory. Back to Laddie now. Laddie taking the screen for Oyekanme. Puts up a three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Connor. Connor now to Crawford. Crawford puts up a three. And it's good. 78-74 now. Bloomfield leads. Laddie to Oyekanme. Oyekanme to his brother. And Michael Oyekanme lays it in. Nice pass from Adelaide to Michael. Lays it in. 78-76, 8:45 remaining. To the basket. And that pass is stripped. So Connor fed it inside to Engine, and pass was stripped. Nick Durst here for CSI Sportsnet, live in the tank. 78-76 game, 8:33 remaining. Singleton to Poole. Poole to Al-Salah. Al-Salah passed it off. Connor fed it to Engine. And we have a foul call. Clancy's third foul, team's fifth foul. Al-Salah to inbound to Crawford, kicks it out to Hearns for three, off the mark. And then Al-Salah commits the foul. Going over the back there, and Michael Oyekanme. Bryce Waterman and J.J. Chestnut to check in now. Oyekanme to inbound. Gets it over to Chestnut, who advances it. Kicks it to Mallory. Mallory to Oyekanme. Oyekanme driving. And offensive foul. Al-Salah draws the foul. Michael checking in. Michael Oyekanme checking in from Messiah Mallory now. (78-76), 8:06 remaining in the game. Some substitutions here as Ellis is in with Bucknell for Bloomfield. A lot of ball handling above the perimeter here. Ellis to Al-Salah. Al-Salah hesitation, backing down, Oyakame, and Oyakame forces a jump ball. Possession will remain with Bloomfield, and that's going to take us to a media timeout. It's 78-76, Bloomfield ahead, 7:38 remaining. When we return from break, the resumption of this game right here on CSI Sportsnet.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back from the tank with 7:38 to play in the game. CSI trails by 2.
Welcome back, Joe.
Joe Foreman rejoining Nick Durst at the commentary desk. We took a look at our live stats setup, and it appears to be a sidearm issue. Nothing we can do, as Al Sala beats the buzzer but couldn't knock that shot down. Dolphins can take the lead here. Chestnut for Oyakanmi. And his floater won't go. Bucknall with the rebound. He pushes it up ahead to Ellis. Ellis drives the baseline, fakes, and finishes. Bloomfield by 4. We're now inside of 7 minutes to play. Chestnut left open. Nearly banked it in. I don't think that was his intent.
I'm sure his intent was to score.
And JJ commits the foul.
7th foul now for the Dolphins.
Bears back to the line again. Well, Nick, live stats are back. How about that?
Fix themselves out.
Right on time. Awfully quiet here for a visiting free throw. Bears are now 7 of 8 from the line in the second half. 11 of 13 for the game. While I was gone, Sterrell Hearns continued with his offensive prowess. He now has 23 points. That free throw is good. The lead for Bloomfield now 6 points. Their largest lead was 7. Mallory out to Laddie. He's defended by Poole. Oyakanmi, feet inside to Mallory, who bobbled it. And he rolled the ankle again. And Poole lays it in. Mallory seated on the floor. Messiah can't catch a break out there. Landed on a defender's foot, and there's nothing you can do about that. So with the injury timeout, we'll step aside and take a break. CSI now trails by 8. Our score, Bloomfield 84, Staten Island 76. 6:15 to play from the College of Staten Island. Messiah Mallory back at the trainer's table with an apparent ankle injury. He injured it the other night, aggravated it in the first half, and appeared to roll it again. As the Dolphins have 12 to shoot here. Laddie, deep three. Air ball. Dolphins got off to a hot start shooting in this game. It has not been a good second half from beyond the arc. 3 of 11 now. Still shooting nearly 48% for the game. And Nick, looking over toward the Dolphins bench, I think Messiah Mallory might try and come back in this game.
You know, he's going to want to come back in, but we'll see if it's up to him, which it probably won't be.
He takes a seat, and Oyekanmi traveled. That's the right call.
He's asking to go back in.
The ankle injuries typically.
They just gave Tibbs a thumbs up. So here he comes.
He's coming back in again.
He's a warrior.
Well, typically, those injuries easier to play on right after they occur. Beyond that, once you sleep on it for a day, it gets really, really tough to regain that mobility. His team needs him. Under 5.5 to play, the Dolphins trail by 8. Dolphins led for the entire game up until early in the second half. And there's a putback by Ngeni off the pool miss. It's now a double-digit Bloomfield lead. Laddie pulls up. Can't hit. Oyekanmi has his hands on it. And he pulls in the rebound. Count the basket. And one.
Dolphins needed that. Need to start scoring here with the clock stopped, and really just to start scoring in general, making their shots.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Nick. The Dolphins needed that one in a big, big way. And Adelaide Oyekanmi delivers 2 big points with a chance for one more at the line.
Big free throw coming up.
And Oyekanmi missed the free throw, but a foul was called against Messiah Mallory. He didn't think so. And for Mallory, that's 4. That's a big call.
It's going to send Bloomfield right to the free throw line.
One and one coming up here for Ngeni. He makes the first. And Ngeni goes 1 of 2 from the line. Mallory. Over to Laddie. Gets the entry pass and draws a foul.
Dolphins right now, they really need to score every possession. Big free throws here, upcoming.
They certainly can't afford to leave points at the line. Every free throw from this point forward, critical.
The defensive unit getting set to check in. Both Oyekanmi brothers and Jordan McAllister going to come in probably for Clancy, Waterman, and Goldstein. Armas into the game as well. Armas in for Laddie. So Michael Oyekanmi not in yet. He's going to come in for the shooter, Messiah Mallory. Dolphins only have 4 players on the court, Joe.
That's interesting.
Now they have 5. So luckily that ball was, that shot was made, Joe.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. What would have happened if the shot
They
was
would have
missed?
just started playing, I guess. I don't know.
Can someone just run into the game?
I don't think so. I want to see if they got it right, if they checked everybody out over there in the stats and the book.
All right. Well, the Dolphins get a quick stop. I'm not sure that's the shot the Bears wanted. The 7-point game. Laddie, McAllister, the Oyakonmi brothers, and Luis Armas in the game.
Armas in for the first time this afternoon.
And Laddie threw up a tough shot there. I'm not sure we've seen this unit play together here at home.
Don't think so.
And a foul's called on that shot attempt, and looks like Connor is down. Inside of 4 minutes, we will have our final media timeout of the afternoon. Free throws coming up for the Bears when we come back. Bloomfield leads CSI 87-80.
No, I'm right. The podcast that uncovers the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Nick Durst here along with Joe Calabrese.
Here we are, 200 episodes later, about 150 episodes with guests, our friends, soon to be your friends.
Well, it's pretty clear, Joe, that it's all about You Know I'm Right, the podcast. That's my You Know I'm Right moment. Wanted to do a podcast, and everyone was like, what are you, crazy? Who's going to listen? You're not going to get guests. Well, guess what? I'm the best when it comes to getting guests. You could vouch for that.
I am so happy that you asked me to do this. I couldn't have been more thrilled. And follow us on socials, check us out. I promise you, if you want to work in media, whether you work in media now, whether you want to quit your job and work in media, come to us, and I promise you, we will get you on the right foot.
That's what it's all about, uncovering the origin stories of some of the biggest names in sports, media, and entertainment. Keep it locked on You Know I'm Right.
.352 on the clock here at the Tank. Free throws for Isaiah Poole, and the first is good to put Bloomfield ahead by 8.
Three-possession game right now.
And Poole goes 1 of 2 from the line. Still plenty of time for the Dolphins, but they need good offensive possessions. Clancy, Adelaide Oyakonmi, Goldstein, Mallory in the game. And Mallory draws the foul, along with Bryce Waterman, the 5th Dolphin. But Mallory's headed back to the line.
Need to make these free throws. Crucial here to be scoring with the clock stopped.
First free throw by Mallory is good. Mallory goes 1 of 2, and the rebound was lost by Bucknall. Dolphins get a gift, and Clancy was blocked.
No, yeah, it's definitely a touch there. And now we have a foul on Mallory, or is it on Adelaide Oyakonmi?
The Bears now in the double bonus, so that really benefits them during these final 3 minutes and 25 seconds.
Here's the thing, Joe. The Dolphins, they need to start getting some stops here, and they need to make it count on the other end offensively. Start getting some threes up that are going to fall.
This second half.
Definitely don't want to get under 3 minutes, down 9.
The second half has seen CSI outscored by 8 now.
Well, you mentioned it Wednesday. It's hard to not potentially look ahead back to conference play in a scenario like this.
Deficit is 9 points, 3:20 on the clock.
Could use a 3 here.
They could certainly use one. They don't need one. Waterman, no good. Bryce now 5 of 11 from downtown. Ellis surveys the floor. 10 on the shot clock. Ellis. Al-Sala. 3-second violation.
3 seconds in the K. Love to see it being called.
We talk about it often. You don't see that call much.
We saw it twice in a recent game, and now this time. Those are the only times I really remember this calendar year so far.
Goldstein. Kick out. Clancy. No good from 3. And Ngeni has a rebound. Heavy traffic.
Thought Goldstein might have just went up with that and laid it in.
That was Ngeni's 10th rebound. He has a double-double. 11 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks. Bears wisely using the clock here. Waterman basically dared Ellis to shoot that. Turnaround jumper, Connor.
Good defense to not foul there.
Shot doesn't go. Under 2 minutes to play. Goldstein. Finds Mallory. Now Clancy for 3. Splash.
Needed that.
Had to have it.
2-possession game.
Dolphins will call timeout with 1:47 on the clock. Nick and I will stay right here. With just 1:47 to play. And now that it's a 2-possession game, things change drastically for CSI. What doesn't change is that you need to stop defensively.
Need to stop. Curious to see if the Dolphins come out with that press that we saw very briefly before. See if they're able to force a quick turnover.
So Dolphins will not need a 3 next time down the floor if they come through with a stop in this spot. You figure the Bears likely will use the whole clock again. They've done a good job this last minute or so, 2 or 3 possessions now, managing the clock. That being said, those possessions have not yielded points. So the Dolphins benefiting in that way. Sometimes you hold the ball late into the shot clock, you don't get the best shot. And the Dolphins, with that big 3 by Clancy, are within 2 possessions. But you figure 30 seconds come off the clock here. The Dolphins, if they get up a shot quickly, maybe can score with about a minute to play. CSI with 1 timeout remaining.
A lot of ifs there, though. All comes down to this inbound here, like I predicted, Joe. We're going to go with the press right now.
They have to have a stop. That's without question. And they certainly don't want to foul.
Don't have to foul, and you shouldn't try to foul.
Bears will get it across the timeline. Al-Sala gives it up. Poole well beyond the arc with 15 on the shot clock, taking his time. Bears getting their offensive set called in from the bench. And they do get an open 3. Al-Sala can't connect.
That would have been a huge 3 for Bloomfield if it fell.
That would have been the dagger, I think. Waterman. And Al-Sala got hit in the face. Now, if that's a foul call.
I think it was a foul. It looked like
it was.
Clancy was pushed to the floor, so Clancy's going to go to the free throw line.
That's a foul call that sends CSI to the line. That is huge. And they're going to check it on replay.
Well, Clancy was definitely pushed. So Tyler's going to cue it up. The officials will head on over, and we'll get the verdict.
Well, I'm curious to see exactly what happened because it looked like on an attempted closeout, El Sala just went soaring through the air and collided with Clancy. So
Let's see if they play it in real time here first.
This view is
Maybe they'll
going to be
call
slowed down.
incidental contact.
You really can't see it.
That was the contact there when that.
That's not a great view.
Well, you'll see it, though. You'll see right there. Boom.
You can see enough. It looked like El Sala just kind of left his feet trying to contest.
Yeah, he was trying to go. They just have to pass.
Yeah, they got it right. That's a foul on the defense for sure.
Well, taking a lot of luck. Another set of eyes on it. So here comes Clancy. And bam. Football tackle there. Blindside.
El Sala thought that Waterman was going to shoot it.
Right.
And attempted to contest. And with that, he thrust himself head first into Clancy. So I think that's a common foul. And the Dolphins will shoot a 1-and-1 here if everything remains as it was called. I don't anticipate a change. If CSI makes both free throws, it would be a 4-point game with 1:07 to play. Then CSI would obviously need another stop and a bucket. And then from there, you have to hope the Bears miss some free throws.
Well, it all starts with this free throw.
This game far from over. But the Dolphins have some work to do. First here at the line. And then at the defensive end. So El Sala has fouled out.
He had a great game offensively as well.
Started off hot, finished 5 of 12, 3 of 5 from the line. And Genny will come in for him. One and one for Chris Clancy. Huge free throw coming up here. And he calmly nets it.
By far one of the better free throw shooters on the team.
One more for Clancy. And he rattles that one in, 2 for 2 from the line for the 78% free throw shooting Chris Clancy. Timeout called, I presume by the Bears.
Yep.
And it is a 30-second timeout called by Bloomfield. 1:09 to go. We'll stay right here. The Bears don't need a basket here, but Nick, the way that the momentum of this game has swung ever so slightly in the direction of CSI, the Bears would like to score here and put the Dolphins back at arm's
Well,
length.
if you're the Dolphins, the one thing you don't want here is to end up leaving Hearns open. Hearns is going to look to shoot most likely. He's had a great game. He's the leading scorer for his team. And shot there, they make that more and more challenging to come back in this one for the Dolphins.
Five on the floor for the Dolphins. Goldstein, Clancy, Oyekanmi, Waterman, Mallory.
This would be pretty strong offensive three-point unit for sure. 3 3-point shooters.
Bears get the inbound in, no problem. And there's a problem. As Goldstein stepped on the baseline, that was nearly stolen.
Well, it was a great job there. And only less time now for 6 seconds for Bloomfield to advance the ball.
And that matters. That definitely matters.
And there's Hearns.
Well, the Dolphins lost the inbounder.
Oh, no.
Hearns trapped and fouled.
Actually, it was Singleton.
Correct.
You're both mistaken there, but the foul there.
Well, the economy has 4. Once again, double bonus for the Bears. So 2 free throws coming up here. About 10 seconds came off the clock between the first inbound, Goldstein stepping out of bounds, and then that second inbound and the foul. So,
well, if
under a minute to go.
Ellis here, I guess, was the one that was fouled. It's hard to see the number from where we were. He makes both of these. Dolphins they're going to need a 3.
They won't have to have one yet, but we'll be getting close. We'll be getting close. If you go for the quick 2, you would then have to foul again and hope for 1 missed free throw. Then after that, if the Bears make at least 1, you'd have to have a 3, trailing by 5.
So at some point, you're going to need a 3. See when they take it.
What you want is a chance to play defense with more than 30 seconds left, not needing to foul in a 1-possession game, and that won't help. 2 free throws for Singleton. See if the Dolphins look for a 3. They keep their timeout. Goldstein. Not given any room. Mallory wants Waterman. Waterman to Mallory. He lost it, and it's stolen by the Bears. Outlet pass up the floor, and that should do it as Poole lays it in. And the inbound was stolen, and a foul was called against the Dolphins. Oyekanmi is fouled out. That's his 5th.
Well, a wild sequence on the other end. Looked like the ball was out on Bloomfield. Ended up going out of Mallory. Mallory ended up outside of the building, going through the doors. Ran back in on the other end. The layup, followed by the steal, and now the foul.
That was great defense by the Bears to make sure that the Dolphins could not get a 3. Got awfully quiet in here as they held up the free throws.
Wow. I think the Dolphins only had 4
They
players
had
on the
4
court
on the floor again. They had 4 on the floor again. Two free throws coming up here for Hearns. The first is good.
Down 9, potentially 10 after this.
Well, any outside hopes the Dolphins had go away with that free throw. It's now a 4-possession game. Goldstein feeds Clancy, who lays it in. And the Dolphins will call a timeout. So, full timeout CSI, and we'll stay right here with a look ahead to the upcoming schedule for men's basketball. So, as we mentioned, if the Dolphins had 1 out, they would have ended the season on an 8-game win streak with 20 wins. It doesn't look like CSI is going to be able to pull this one out, barring a last-second miracle. So the Dolphins, should they go on to lose, will fall to 17-9. They have 2 conference games remaining. The first of those 2 games on Wednesday night, as they will host senior night against Malloy University. That game tips off at 7:30. On Saturday, the Dolphins visit Queens College. If the Dolphins win on Wednesday, the game on Saturday really doesn't mean anything in terms of their playoff positioning. It's a bragging rights game at that point.
So Dolphins need 1 win to get the 2 seed.
Now, taking a look at the conference standings, that game could mean something to Queens. And the reason for that is that Queens can still overtake Roberts Wesleyan for the 4 seed, which means Queens would have an opportunity to host a first-round home game.
That's what they want. Yeah, so hard to believe, Joe, our next basketball broadcast, the last of the season already, and already this Monday, you'll be back on the diamond for some softball.
It's a busy week next week. From Monday through next Sunday, we have 4 broadcasts here on Sportsnet. The first on Monday over at the Softball Diamond. Nick Bavona and I will be on the call for that one. Our engineer, Tyler Clark, making his debut on Public Address.
But I hope it's not sunny, Tyler, because you won't see the screen.
Well, he's debuting on public address.
Well,
Doesn't need to see the screen.
He's got to be able to see something.
He needs to be able to see which walk-up to play.
Right.
But that screen isn't as much of a problem. Softball on Monday. They host Chestnut Hill. Wednesday, we have men's and women's basketball, doubleheader.
Wear black, come to the tank, buy your 20% off merchandise.
Now, are they taking credit cards and debit cards?
They're only taking credit.
Okay.
And debit. No cash.
No cash.
So that's a lot of games in the week.
You can be outfitted just like our Sportsnet crew. There are some black pullovers. If you don't come with a black article of clothing for the blackout, you can buy something. Waterman knocks down the jumper. And did they call a foul on Laddie? Didn't see much. I don't think the Dolphins were going to foul there. I think they were going to trap, and if the Bears got across half court, they'd let him go.
So after basketball Wednesday, Joe, then what? What's the next? Is that your next broadcast from Florida?
Friday morning, 9 a.m., CSI Baseball.
Right. They're
The
going to
Ferry Hawks.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday for you.
Well, as of now, the Dolphins do not have an opponent for Saturday.
Oh, so they're not playing Bloomfield anymore.
No, Bloomfield's off the
pulled
schedule.
out. Okay.
Bloomfield is off the schedule for this weekend. Caldwell, 9 a.m. on Friday. As of now, Saturday vacated. Sunday, doubleheader against Holy
What time are
Family.
you going to get to the ballpark on Friday?
For a 9 a.m. start, I think I have to get there no later than 7:30. It's a very, very quick setup. So Bloomfield reaches the century mark. They score 100 points in a win over the College of Staten Island as they defeat the Dolphins 100-90. For men's basketball, that snaps a 5-game win streak, their 9th loss of the season. 2 games left coming up on the CSI schedule, as we mentioned, Wednesday against Malloy, and then the season finale on Saturday against Queens College. After that, the Dolphins hope to have a first-round bye in the East Coast Conference playoffs. If they do get that bye, then 2 weeks from this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 week from this Saturday, I should say. 1 week from this Saturday, they would be playing in the conference semifinals at St. Thomas Aquinas College. So we look forward to the potential of that matchup, but still more to come on Sportsnet during the regular season. Once again, be sure to tune in to our next broadcast. That will be coming up on Monday over at the Softball Diamond as CSI Softball faces Chestnut Hill College. That broadcast and much more coming up next week on CSI Sportsnet. But until then, this has been Joe Foreman on the call alongside Nick Durst, our engineer Tyler Clark, our camera operator Pat Gilorenzo. Our final score here at the tank, Bloomfield 100, Staten Island 90. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and we'll see you at the Softball Diamond on Monday afternoon.